I hate OBS sometimes. Hey guys, how is everyone doing? So, I'm really sorry for the really late start time. I actually did want to stream at 6 o'clock, actually. But of course, my family once again decided I'm not important enough to know stuff. And so, I had. So, like I said, my family decided I'm not important enough to know about this. Yeah, we talked about this last night, remember? And yesterday too. And I was like, Mom, I was half dead yesterday. I was really busy yesterday. I was half dead. Do you really expect someone who is half dead to remember stuff? So yeah, that's why I ended up pushing it back a couple of hours. And even then, so we had to take my brother's girlfriend home first before we even got home. And it was like, oh, wanna sit there for it? I was against it, honestly, because yeah, we're not gonna stay for 5 minutes. We're gonna stay there for a few, for longer than 5. And I was right. I think we stayed there for a good 10 minutes before we went home. And the only reason we decided to go home was because my mom's office boy and my cousin's driver was looking for the keys to his home, the keys to my cousin's home, because they are heading home. That is the only reason she decided to, yep, time to go home. But I'm home now, exhausted but here. So if I sound kind of sleepy, that's the reason, don't worry. Well, how has everyone's day been? I'm tired as hell. And for the record, I think I mentioned this a couple of times, but I share a room with my mom, so if you hear snoring in the background, that's just my mom sleeping. Blame her for the stream being late. It is her fault. It is always her fault. Okay, yeah, I did mention stories. I went on vacation. I think I mentioned this a couple of times, but I live in Indonesia, and we went on a cruise to Singapore. Actually, so funny story. We decided in this the cruise itself was only 4 days long, but my mom and some family members, to save money, we all decided to transfer from Batam to from Batam to since the thing is, since Batam is really close to Singapore, we could just take a ferry there, and it saves so much time and money. That's what that's why we decided to go through Batam first. But God, did it use up so much time. Dear Lord. And so we decided to take pictures. There's a bunch of pictures. I can't share them. I refuse to share them for a variety of reasons. Mostly, mostly, you know, privacy reasons. But anyway, we decided to go around. I actually did not have as much time as I thought I would. So I did not end up playing so many games. So tomorrow when we play Star Rail, we will be continuing where we left off. Hopefully she decided not to drop another bomb on me. It'll probably another early morning stream now that I think about it, because this time they actually did tell me stuff. So we'll be visiting my brother-in-law's grandma, who's in the hospital right now. But yeah. So another funny. We actually did a lot of stuff on Batam. We literally toured the entirety of Batam's tourist spots. Like, there was one place that was a really sacred, how do I say this? Religious spot where you can pray and stuff. The thing is, my grandma has really weak legs because she had to get a bunch of surgery on them because she has autoimmune system issues. So that they attack her legs, so she had to get a bunch of surgery. And I don't know how autoimmune actually works, so I'm not gonna be ignorant and say anything. But because of that, she has a really hard time walking, and combined with her age and stuff, she has a really hard time just doing stuff in general. Like she's a really active old lady. Don't get me wrong. She's like super active. But like despite how super active she is still an old lady. So 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 you gotta really it should give you a thought by how hard this praying thing was if it gets her tired. Like I genuinely did not want to pray. So I was like, I can take her back to the bus. Me and little cousin here could like take her back to the bus while you guys do your stuff. And so we left first. I had to massage. I may have avoided it, but I had to massage her leg. To be fair, I think that's a win-win scenario. Her legs, like, her legs were swollen, and she was only walking a few steps. If it's that bad. Okay. And some more funny stuff that happened. We all went to like this place to stop and eat, and there was like an entire deck that was like reserved and stuff for this like neighborhood stuff, like a neighborhood festival and stuff, where the people in charge get together and celebrate like the success of their events, that kind of stuff. And I was like, and the place we were at, they let us charge our phones at the cashier because that's where you're allowed to do, where you're allowed to like leave your phone and stuff. My cousin, who was like in charge of this whole trip, was like, "Can you like take this and charge my phone?" Well, I don't care. Find a solution. And that was his answer when I said, "Yeah, they ran out of spots." So I did come up with a solution. Go to the next deck where that neighborhood stuff thing was going on. Yeah, English is my first language. You guys might have noticed this a while ago, but English is not my first language. So yeah, we were like, so you were the one who said, come up with a solution. I do have a solution. We leave it with those people. We'll leave it with the actual restaurant staff members and leave it to them. They should have a spot. I said, oh sure thing. But you're in charge of keeping my phone safe, okay, little cousin? I hate you. I really do hate you right now. Like, why do you have to put that kind of pressure on me, cousin? What did I do to deserve that kind of pressure? So I couldn't even have lunch calmly because he had that kind of pressure on me. Oh my god. So, and another funny thing that ended up being like fate or something. We decided the night before all of that, we all decided to go to church because yeah, I think this like some of the only times we get to like go to church. If we go to church tomorrow morning, we'll be rushing and stuff, and I don't think we would have done well. To be fair, all of us were asleep at church. There was no one who was awake at that time. So we all decided to get the Indonesian equivalent of Uber. We do have Uber, but we have two other options that are like Uber but not Uber. So we ordered this person. We ordered a car to go to this food court. And we meet them at the church, like they were getting out of the church. It was like fate. And now they act as our driver for during our Batam trip. Okay, what else can I talk about? Should I talk about actually talking about the bottom trip that we took. We went to this like coastal bay area with like the Chinese zodiacs. They have the Chinese zodiacs lined up, and I remember us just us just passing through them. They actually had text underneath the statues of the Chinese zodiacs. So that was fun, a fun place to take a picture at. And they're near the Bay Area, like generally near the Bay Area, close to the sea. They have this funny attraction. It's less of an attraction, more of a photo spot that looks like a hand that's doing an okay sign. You know, when your pointing finger and your thumb meet and the other three are spread out to form an O and a K? That kind of, they had, the photo spot was a hand with that kind of position. And I'm gonna tell you this. It was right above the sea. It was a windy day because it just finished raining like a couple of hours ago, so it was still kind of windy. And there's like this staircase. There was no railing. And another important thing is there was no railing on that photo spot. So, and this was like a few feet above the sea level too. So, you can guess how tall that is. I want to show you guys, but I don't want to dox myself. So, okay. Like, I think that was like the scariest part for me. I mean, like, personally, I wasn't that scared because I didn't focus on the height, but dear God, it was so windy. I think the frightening part is it was wet. The hand was wet. The the platform for the photos and stuff had a wet floor. The palm was wet. There was no railing, and it was windy. Everyone but me was scared. To be fair, I was kind of scared too. That's why I decided to take a picture later. I remember me, my mom, and my aunt decided to like take a picture there. I was the only one who could get down safely. I was actually planning to like sit on the palm without the thumb and pointing finger one. That that was the closest thing. That was like the closest thing to a railing there was. I was planning on sitting on the part, like letting my feet hang out, like on the side that did, on the palm side, the side that did not have the railing. What is basically the only form of railing that place had. And after that, let me try to remember. I actually went to this place that had, it's kind of like, I don't know if Indonesian viewers have seen it before. It's called the Taman Mini. It has basically miniature sized of all the Indonesian like spots, historical spots, miniaturized, like attractions. Like usually, you know how temples and stuff, the size of temples and stuff. Yeah, they are now the size of houses. Now, this place was even minier. It was literally the size of a dollhouse. All the notable architectures in all of Indonesia was miniature sized into dollhouses. I'm genuinely hoping that despite everything I'm talking right now, it's getting picked up by OBS because OBS has a habit of pulling a tantrum on me. And I haven't updated it. Even though the update's been out for a while, I haven't actually updated it on anything. So, now to the actual cruise. Getting on the cruise itself was the hard part. Now, I think I mentioned this before that I have really bad motion sickness in general. Usually, boats don't get me that motion sick, but during the ferry to Singapore, oh my god, it felt like, do you guys know like trailer attractions during, like, how do I say this? Like, boating attractions. Those make me actually sick. Like, no cap, not gonna lie. Like, that actually got me sick enough that I almost felt like throwing up. Now, my family are photo people who likes taking photos and selfies. So we all decided, yeah, let's take a selfie. Let's take some photos at the back of the boat. That should be fun. And me being the bored person I was, I followed them. So we were walking to the back of the ferry. This ferry was going rough, by the way, because we were like fighting against waves and stuff. So the boat was rocking like crazy. So by the time we got to the back of the boat, I was like already really motion sick, really dizzy, getting really dizzy. And my sinus infection was acting up too. So that was like a double doozy. Double doozy attack of dizziness. So I was trying to like keep my balance and stuff. I actually fell asleep standing up trying to like center myself from the dizziness. And my mom had to send me back because I was pretty much out cold, standing up out cold until someone asked me to move. That was how bad it got. When we actually got to Singapore, I was still dizzy, so I had headphones on. I had headphones on to keep myself steady. And my cousin was like, "Can you please not wear headphones in this kind of situation?" This situation being us gathering our luggages and trying to stay together. Which, may I remind you, this was hard because, like, you know how, like, passport checks? The thing is, passport checks can be really, really hard to go through as together because, like, you technically have to, like, go there personally, individually. And what's worse, the passport checker for me was a bitch, so... Oh, hey, Silver. How are you? Yeah, I'm live. I actually had to push back the live a couple of hours back. Like, a lot of hours back. and... And like I said... And then we had to, like... I think one of the worst things I had to go through was, like... I was one of the few people in our group that could speak English fluently, right? So... Yeah, I had to even... So, I was one of the few that could actually, like, speak English fluently. I had to... So I had to pretty much act as the middleman between myself and the crew staff. I hate OBS sometimes. Like, why are you like this? There we go. Yeah. I even had to push it back a little more because I just got home and I had to renew the link and stuff. Because if I don't auto start a stream, I don't know why, but OBS would crash. And I forgot to auto start the stream. So I had to make a new link altogether. So... So anyway, like I said, I was like one of the few members of the group that could actually speak English fluently. The other was my aunt because my youngest aunt, my mom's youngest sister, so my youngest aunt was like we were like the only ones who could speak English fluently. My aunt had experience. That aunt has experience going to like college in Australia. Has like experience going to college in Australia, so she speaks English pretty fluently. So I remember just sitting there and like, do you want me to speak in Malayu or do you want me to speak in English? And it's like, don't worry, I speak English. And so she had to explain this Now, we were in a pretty crowded area, so it was really hard to. I wasn't even wearing headphones. To clarification, I was not wearing headphones. The place was crowded as hell. And she was wearing a mask on top of that because of course you need to wear a mask wherever you go, especially in a really public area like that. So it was already really, really hard to hear what she was saying. Like, please speak up. So I did not know what she was saying. And I was like, okay, so we just need to scan this, right? And we forgot to scan. Because she said, oh yeah, scan this the next day. I forgot to tell my mom we need to scan it. Whoopsie daisy. But you know, the cruise itself was actually a really, really fun experience. Like, I did not have as much free time as I thought I'd have. Because like there were like a lot of activities to do, like mountain climbing, air flying stuff. Like I forgot what it's called, but it kind of like lifts you up with some air and floats you. I actually wanted to do the rock climbing one, but I never had like the appropriate clothing. I was like wearing a kind of like a mini dress, but instead of like a skirt, it was like shorts, basically. But there was something that I really missed. The one that I will miss till I ever get another chance of it. The jacuzzi. I loved the jacuzzi. Like, the jacuzzi was so genuinely... the jacuzzi was so the, the jacuzzi felt so good. Like, all my problems suddenly melted away, and I could just I actually almost fell asleep in the jacuzzi a couple of times because it felt so good. So the ship I was on had two pools. Actually, three if you count the adults only one, but they had two pools, one indoor pool and another outdoor pool. During the second night, we wanted to go to the jacuzzi again because it felt so nice. My cousin, who I mentioned earlier, who was like the ringleader, brought his other pack, another gang, and filled up the jacuzzi. We wanted to go to the other one. There were like 4 jacuzzis, 2 each. Well, technically 6 if you count the adults only one. But there was like 4 jacuzzis. The indoor, outdoor, and private one. The private one was closed at that point though. The adults only one was closed at that point though. So there were 4 jacuzzis, and my cousin and his gang took over one part, then we went to the other. It also was kind of filled with people. And I was like, oh, you guys want to try the outdoor one? And they're like, outdoor one? Yeah, the one by the outdoor pools. And oh god, it felt so much better. I think it was just because it was like, it is Southeast Asia after all, so it's pretty hot. So the air was already pretty hot. Combined with the very hot, the hot jacuzzi water, the hot water, it felt so much better. It was so much hotter, so it was so much better. I've tried the second day. On the first day, we were like trying to get used to stuff, trying to get to adjust to stuff, and they had a buffet and breakfast. What else? On the second day, we had a bunch of games. Now, my sister told me, look, it's better to just leave the ship, because the crew was actually like docked when she went. Wait, give me a minute. Okay, so I was wrong. So the ship my mom and my sister went on the last time, they also went there, but instead of games, they had seminars. So my sister like, yeah, you'd think that we'd get all the time to enjoy all the facilities. Nope. We just stayed there and took seminars for who knows how long. I was like, oh. So she said, oh yeah, you're not gonna like it either. You won't get enough time to like enjoy new facilities because like your time is gonna be taken up by going around the town or the seminars or at your point, I guess in your case, games. So yeah, you're not gonna enjoy them. And she was right. We were so preoccupied with the games and with everything else that the one I really wanted to try was the rock climbing one. Not gonna lie, I regret not taking up the rock climbing one. But this ship had a bumper car course. And oh my god, it was chaos. You know how in I have really long legs, IRL? Like really, really long legs. So when me and my mom went on the ship, we were constantly because of this like the bumper cars, you guys know bumper cars are like mini cars, right? So there wasn't like much room and my one foot was going on and we had to wear seatbelts naturally. So on top of always constantly hitting the car like duck duck duck, we also had the unfortunate, very unfortunate of the seatbelts restraining us. So it was like and that and let's just say it wasn't just my knees that was in pain. My entire body was in pain. But it was a lot of fun though. It was a lot of fun. And I was like wearing a flower dress too, so you know. I really did like that flower dress though. I might wear it again. To like some kind of event one day, maybe. Yeah. Now what else? I don't think I mentioned this before, but I actually have like no, I'm not gonna mention it because it's private. Like I have I'm not gonna say it. But like the fourth game that we had to play, the fifth game actually, the fifth game that we have to play, we needed to like take photos of being together and we had to upload it to someone's Instagram. I was like, we could use my private one if you'd like. Maybe I should make another Instagram account for this. Maybe. Nah, I probably never use it. Like, I have like a private Instagram account. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is because you know, private. But we had to post it there and post a bunch of stuff on it. We had to post like, and I accidentally posted like one of the videos that like one of the videos of us playing. We had to basically make a shape. So it's a half and half game. Half of the people have to like make a shape. They will be blindfolded and we will be holding like a piece of string. Like a rope, not a piece of string, no, a rope. We had to like hold a rope and basically make a shape. While the other half had to like tell us what to do. We had to have complete trust in each other. Let's just say that trust is a very hard thing to get, you guys. Very, very hard. I wanna like make sure a few things for you guys in mind. Like sometimes it's not even just OBS that fails me. It is sometimes my own YouTube channel that fails me. Okay, everything looks fine. Everything looks fine. Oh yeah, everything seems fine. Everything looks fine. Whew. I love the fact that my 1 month karaoke is like currently my most viewed video, like live right now. And talking about my 1 month karaoke, I'll be doing a 2 month karaoke soon, like I promised. It's just that I'm gonna need some time to like prepare some stuff. That's why I was actually planning to make it tomorrow, but then I realized, wait, I can't do tomorrow. I don't have enough practice in, so I'm gonna be using tomorrow to practice right after I'm done streaming. And I'm gonna be streaming a bit earlier, or I guess in most time zones, um, I'll be streaming either earlier or later, depending on the time zone. But yeah, look forward to that. Now, what else? I actually went to Penang because the cruise ship went around. The cruise ship had a 4-day trip, and on one of the days we went to Penang. And I was like, wait, do I need to come up for? And I was like, yes. When else are you gonna get a chance to like explore another country? Okay, I'll go with you. And to be fair, aside from the chocolate factory that we went to, I didn't really like the place. It's basically kind of like it's like Indonesia, but more diverse, I guess. Which is saying something since Indonesia is already pretty diverse. I think I like the place just because I like chocolate. Like, do you want chocolate? I said, yeah. I thought you'd never ask. Like, it's one of the reasons why I wanted to go to Penang was for the chocolate. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Chocolate was my motivator to just get out of the shuttle bus. So we went around, got chocolate. I wanted the vanilla chocolate one, but like, yeah, no, we already got coffee. Damn you, woman. Like, I thought you said I get to choose. Then why don't we get the vanilla chocolate and skip the original one? Can we get the vanilla chocolate instead? Sorry, it's been paid for. Oh, dang it. But we did get some physical chocolate though. Like actual physical chocolate. They were shaped like eggs. It was so cute. Actually, give me another minute. So I just asked my mom and she just told me that we did not get the edible chocolate. We literally just got the drink chocolate. I'm sad now. I am very sad now. And on top of that, the thing about Penang is it is the center of durian lovers. I mentioned this before, but I have an unfortunately very strong sense of smell. So, I did not enjoy that. I did not enjoy Penang's durian. I actually didn't leave the car. The only other time we left the shuttle, well, the only time I left the shuttle was to take pictures by this temple. And because I don't know why, actually I don't actually know why, but we didn't get and go inside for some reason. I forgot and I don't know why, but my grandma was like, I want to take pictures with the shrine ladies, temple ladies, because they were like dressed in this really like traditional clothing. And what else? And she was like, that's all I want. That is all I want. That was like what my grandma was like. She wanted to take pictures. She was a former flight attendant, so she was very fashionable and stuff. I don't know what to tell you. Now what else? What else? Mm, I actually got in trouble with one of the guards when I was trying to board the ship again, because like I asked my mom to like because you know how in hotels you have to use your card key for electricity and stuff. Now if you want to go to Penang and leave the ship, you gotta have your card on you to identify you were from this ship. You know, understandable stuff. And I asked my mom because like we were using my key card, at least the key card that was under my name to for electricity. And she was one who was like semi rushing me, so she was like grab my thing and put it inside. Now I didn't realize that she put it in backwards. So instead of my ID and stuff, like my name, my room and stuff, in the front where the guard could see it, it was instead the logo at the front. Like, I'm sorry, but what do you want? I'm sorry. Wait, why? Wait, can you like repeat it to me? Like, I was asking the guard to repeat it, what's wrong? Like, no, show me your ID. Show me your ID. And that's when I decided to look at the card stuff. Oh, it's on backwards. And it's like, yeah, just let someone else go in. And the person behind me who stopped for a bit to like catch up, to let me catch up and stuff was like, what's wrong? Like, what was the trouble? You weren't. You just needed to show your card. And I had to explain to her that it was in backwards. It was on backwards. So that was fun. I am never trusting my mom with anything, with any of my IDs ever again. Or any transactions for that matter, since I realized that she didn't buy me any edible chocolates and only the drink chocolates. And it wasn't even the kind of chocolate that I wanted to. So I'd say the Penang trip was a waste. Yeah, it was generally a waste. Okay, what else did we do? I actually can't think of any more stories. Let's see. Penang, jacuzzi. I didn't get to play that much games. I'm like trying to rack my head like around what else I haven't done. What I've done and haven't done. The food was really good though. We had this cafe, and I remember having to explain to a person in front of me that, sir, the ice cream is paid. You can't buy ice cream because you need to pay. Like, not everything in this cruise ship was for free. There were some services that you need to pay for, like karaoke, shopping, like jewelry shopping or bags or clothing shopping. You needed to pay for. Everything else was pretty much for free though. Like ice cream, you need to pay for. Alcoholic drinks, you need to pay for. But pretty much everything else was free. And I remember my brothers being like, look at this bird, because like there was someone during the first day on the ship, he was doing introductions and stuff, and he was like introducing some family members and some other members of the community to the team, and one member of the community was like super hyper, and my brother just went, like this person, it's still noon and he hasn't had a bit of alcohol in him, but he's already hyper, like he's drunk. My brother can be really savage when he wants to be. My cousin, you know, it's weird because like I don't know if it's like different anywhere else, but like in most countries, at least where I am, it's normal to like call cousins like your brother, so it's sometimes I get them mixed up. So yeah, it was like, see, look at this person. They're not even. It's still noon, and they already act drunk. I'm actually still kind of pissed with my mom for like the third night, the final night. She was the one who was like, "Yeah, we need to get to bed early we need to get to bed early." Wait, what are you guys eating? like we were passing the usual cafe and stuff, and we see people eating by a bowl, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this is congee, or Indonesian congee with soup and stuff." And I remember telling her, and she was suddenly awake again because she was like the most tired out of us, out of like me, my youngest aunt, and one of my cousins who was like only a year older than me. My cousin was like a year older than me. We were like finished listening to some live music and stuff. Actually, talking about the live music, the stage shows on those on the ship was like really awesome. Some of them were musical, some of them were like just choreographed dancing. And I got to high five some of the actors, so that was nice. But yeah, we were just finished listening to some live music, and she was like, I'm tired now. I'm tired now. So let's head to bed, shall we?" And then when we were passing by the cafe, because like there's like a bunch of cafes on the ship, but this cafe was the one that served free drinks but non-free ice cream. She saw that they were selling some congee. It wasn't really selling, but offering congee. They were offering some congee, like it's like a rice-based oatmeal stuff. It's kind of hard to describe. It was rice-based, and I remember her going, "You know what? Never mind. Let's try some of this congee first." And she was like, she perked up instantly, like, weren't you the one who said we need to wake up early? You were the one who literally said we need to wake up early because we'll be going early tomorrow. And we're not even finished packing. Actually, we were finished packing. We were actually late to the live music because we were so busy packing. But weren't you the one who said, yeah, we need to wake up early tomorrow? So let's all go to bed early too. I remember being so pissed at her. Like, I was already full and I did not have room for any more food. So I was like the only one who wasn't eating. I just wanted, come on, let's just go to bed already. Please, I just want to go to bed. I was like super tired too at the time, so I was extra cranky. Like, I understand, Mom, that you want to make the most of everything at this place, but please. Actually, now that I think about it, my mom like does a lot of things without telling me first. I think she and I need family therapy at this point because like it's like, please just talk to me about these kinds of stuff first, please. You know, I think I ran out of stories. Actually, on the topic of live music, on the live music event, it was more like, I don't know how to say it in English, because my English has been used up. My English has been used up. So, as I have used up all my English. But yeah, it was like, it was less like listening to live music and more dancing to live music, which is, I guess it's pretty much the same. I really did want to like show off pictures and stuff, and then I realized, oh wait, I don't have any pictures with that does not have my face in it. Like, almost every picture that I have my face on it, like my real face on it, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna be fine without me seeing my face, without me doing any like things like that. I'm sure it'll be fine. And I ran out of stories. I think this is like my longest Satsu done yet. It's like 47 minutes. My longest Satsu done. Well, my throat is almost dead, and I have some streaming to do tomorrow. So this is where we say goodbye. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna probably stream either earlier or later in the time zone. Like earlier tomorrow and later today, depending on the time zone. So, see you guys later. Bye bye.